Lovely.
So good to see you.
So good to see you.
How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Nervous about what we're doing here today.
Pandora's box, let it go.
Surprise us. And today we're talking about dating.
Okay. we got wine on set for this?
Good. Definitely apps, because I am very uncomfortable in social situations and even online.
If it's between the apps and in person, all the way in person, but it's only because I tried like hell to make the apps work. The apps do not work.
I also like the apps a lot. I have actually never met a person in person.
It's just crazy people. It's a lot of craziness on the apps.
I disagree. I disagree because as a gay man, I'm a Latino gay man, for context. And the thing is that sometimes I don't know who is gay in real life. I don't know because the monikers are no longer easy. It's not like, oh, I can find somebody very simply. Oh, you must be gay. It's like, I don't know, you can now, the boundaries are blurred. Everybody's fluid or feminine or mask or I don't know anymore. So sometimes the app simplifies it and it's like, I don't have to have the awkward conversation. It's like, hey, I think you're really cute. And they're like, sorry, no homo, or I'm not interested or anything like that. So it does simplify it for me.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm a strictly an internet child person who only finds men online. So my mom would be horrified.
For me, as a gay man, I didn't have any role models. I didn't have anything of like, what does it mean to date as a gay man? So for me, the rules don't exist. Like, I don't have to prescribe to the fairy tales or the narratives that I've been told from, let's say, the Disney era or the romantic comedy era. Like, I am the main character, but the world in which I belong will exist because I create it.
Yeah, no, they didn't have to go through all like the hoops that I think people have to go through now because of technology. Just think about it. I mean, like literally the next best person is just like a swipe away. When they send me a picture of their butthole, which if you're on dating apps, gay ones, that's a very common greeting.
Red flags to me are when you're like, yeah, so I'm a go-getter looking for a go-getter. I'm ready to build a whole empire together and I'm ready to like do things and like whatever. I'm like, on Tinder, bro? On Tinder? Like that's where you're looking for like, you know, Whitney Houston? Like I don't understand this. Like I'm looking for a date and a beer, like and like a barcade experience.
I have definitely gotten a lot of dick pics that I did not solicit. So when I get one of those, I'm like, buddy, I didn't ask for these.
They are passionate about their subjects of choice, and they're willing or excitingly teach you about it without patronizing. I think that's a key thing.
Other things that I would say are green flags, like how this person treats you and how are they interested about you. And a green flag is when the guy is like, I got this for you. Can I get you something else? You know, it's chivalrous.
Chivalrous.
A caballeroso, un muchacho bien caballeroso.
There is nothing sexier than somebody trying to explain something to me in a way that's not pretentious, in a way where they're just genuinely, they like this subject a lot. Dungeons and Dragons me all day long, just like make it look sexy.
I think though that's definitely a green flag for sure, is when they're attentive and like just trying to make you feel special. Again, that comes into play.
For a good first date to have happened, honestly, I want there to be an equal level of showing who you are, but also being interested about me.
A telltale sign that the date went like really well is that I want to kiss the guy.
Okay, like, oh, he went with that joke really well and he hit back with it. He was really witty with me and like, he lets things roll off. He doesn't take things too personally.
That's when I know that there was like a spark on the date, like there was chemistry, there was connection, because I want that physical part of it.
I think my mom had told me like, you gotta date someone who you'll always have something to talk about with, which I think is really true because, you know, attraction fades, feelings change, love is very like fluid. So I'm like, I guess that's true. There has to be something baseline, which is like conversation that kind of just happens.
I personally think signs are dope because you can figure out what not to, like, how to avoid things. Like I like, okay, you guys can be both very competitive, and so if you get really bored with each other real quickly. And so then I'll be like, okay, if I like you, and I feel like, did I really need to be competitive in this moment, or is this like, you know?
I don't care as much on zodiac signs. I just care about the person. But from past experiences, I do know that I do not match well with Scorpios. We do clash a lot, we don't see eye to eye, we fight.
So for zodiac signs, I'm completely clueless. So what I always do with all my friends is say like, oh, I think he's a Cancer. Like, oh no, girl, you can't date a Cancer because of X, Y, Z. And sometimes I'll just, if I know someone's birthday, I'll purposely look up the sign and do something else to see what other vices, so I can just know the calendar of what to look out for. Because I don't know, and it's subjective.
I think they're fun. And a little bit bold, but fun.
They are definitely fun.
Can I just say it was easy? Like,
Easy.
okay, this is where I'm gonna go with it.
I only met one person during COVID, and I picked the worst person that I could have picked. Because he's a doctor. So he was on the front lines of COVID, and I was like, oh,
Even having like a fun thrill was kind of out of the question, because it's like, I don't know if you're gonna cough on me, like, and I'm gonna die a few days later. Like, that was the fear.
Or I guess during COVID, it was more like self-love time, is I think what I looked at it as. Like, well, you know, one day we're all gonna come out of this and we're all gonna be like whatever, so I guess now's the time to really just stick with myself and like try and figure out what I like to do.
my goal for sure is to find a boyfriend first and then build something together that would become a long-term relationship.
You're very good about dating, it sounds like. You're very adult about it. I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder like 3 months ago, and that kind of took everything that I've known about relationships and like flipped it over. It was very much before I think my goal was like, oh, I want to like find a boyfriend and a husband and then get married and then have a house, and like all of those like little pillars of success, like I wanted that, but I never really questioned why I would hold myself to that standard. Yes, I want that, but I'm also trying to figure out myself through dating in terms of like, what kind of person am I? Like, what am I willing to like sit around for, like wait for?
Do you care about the zodiac signs of each other?
The bad ones are Cancers. Cancer men.
No. Scorpio. Like,
they're
they be really
emotional.
bipolar. We're more into basketball, sorry.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you use apps or do you prefer to meet people organically?
Wow, I want, my heart says organically, but like it's Los Angeles, so I use the apps.
I have a Tinder, rarely use it.
I've used the apps before, but I prefer it in person.
What sign are you?
Gemini.
What sign are you?
I'm a Libra.
Libra?
Yeah.
Do you guys think that those two match? Gemini and
According to the app that we have, yeah. Where did you meet your boyfriend? I met him at the club.
What would you say would be like a red flag on a first date?
A red flag for me is if you pick me up and you don't come to my door.
Maybe if they talk about their exes.
For me, I would say like opening doors or like pulling chairs, because I feel like, you know, like I'm a princess. Like, treat me like one.
Oh my God, my 10-second takeaway on dating is that it's rough out here for a shawty, and it's not that rough for gay men. I just gotta tell you, they got options. I'm jealous.
I used to be more like Danny. Now I'm older, so I wish for other girls to, there's more light beyond the tunnel, whatever the saying goes.
I mean, honestly, it's rough for women. I mean, I used to think it was woe for me, but no, woe is part of women, literally part of the word.
I think the biggest thing that I learned is how confident Lene is. I want to learn how to foster that kind of confidence in myself when it comes to dating.
Hey guys, this is Mike, the director for this episode of Latinos Talk, and when it comes to dating, I learned that I am so thankful I've never had to use a dating app. It sounds like there's a lot of weirdos out there, but there's also a lot of good fish in the sea. If you're single and you're dating out there right now, I want to say we believe in you. We know that you will be successful. Keep at it. If you got your own dating stories, good or bad, put them in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. And until next time, see you on the next episode of Latinos Talk.